Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Orlah Perek Bet Mishnah Yud Daled. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going returning back to the laws of sourdough that falls seor, that falls into dough, and it causes it to rise. Now over here, this Mishnah is interesting because it's going to discuss a case where you have Terumah sourdough that fell into dough. Now that Terumah is not potent enough in order to cause that sourdough in order to cause the dough to rise, and you also had sourdough of Kilayim, right, which is asur to everyone. And that also fell in. Now, this also on its own doesn't have enough potency in order to cause the dough to rise. But between the Terumah and the Kilayim, between the two of them, it will cause the dough to rise. So what's so interesting about this? So for me, I mean, it's the same as everything else, right? You have these two isurim that combined, and it's causing the dough to rise. So it's going to be asur for me. But what about to a kohen, right? A kohen, he's allowed to eat terumah. That terumah that fell in is heter. It's permissible. Even if it would have caused the dough to rise, that would have been okay. So it's joining forces with Kilayim, but that Kilayim sourdough doesn't have enough potency in order to cause it to rise. It's only the terumah that's helping it. So from the kohen's perspective, it's something mutar and asur that combined as sourdough in order to cause it to rise. But from Yisrael's perspective, it's something asur and asur that combined in order to cause the dough to rise. And should there be a difference between how we view this dough now? Is it something that we could say is going to be asur to Israel, but maybe mutar to a kohen? Right? That's going to be our Mishnah. Seor shel terumah shel kilayim. We have seor sourdough of terumah and kilayim, right? Terumah, remember, it's something that's asur to zarim. Right? It's mutar to kohen, but to everyone else is asur. And kilayim, that's asur b'hana'ah. No one's not even benefit from that. Everyone, not even kohen. Shnaflu letoch isa. Both of these fell into dough. Lo bazeket de hametz, lo bazeket de hametz. Each one on its own doesn't have the potency, right? Doesn't have enough substance in order to cause the dough to rise. Nitztarfu v'hametzu, but they combined between the terumah sourdough and the kilayim sourdough. Now there's enough sourdough in order to cause this batch of dough to rise. So what are we going to say? Tanakama says, asur lazarim mutar lakohanim. It's asur to azar, right, to Israel, anyone who's not a kohen, but a kohen is allowed to eat this dough now, right? This whole batch is mutar to a kohen, because from the kohen's perspective, it's something mutar and asur, right, that combined. From the Israel's perspective, it's something asur and asur. Rabbi Shimon matir lazarim vela kohanim. Comes Rabbi Shimon and he says, I'm going to allow it to Israel and the kohen. Right? It's interesting. Rabbi Shimon allows it for both. Rabbi Shimon's logic over here is he's using the concept of hatirumah ma'ala ta'orlah, right? And the orlah for the terumah, right? So it's a similar concept, even though they're not totally, similar. But he's going to use that term a little, use the halacha a little bit more loosely and explain and be posek halacha like that. Halacha though is like Tanakama, not like Rabbi Shimon, and that's how Rambam's posek. That if something like this happens, it'll be mutar for a kohen, even though it'll be asur for Israel.